Yo, what's up, Sagittarius? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of January 2017. Happy New Year, Sagittarius. The sun is going to be transiting the sign of Capricorn for the majority of the month of January 2017. Capricorn is your second house. That's to do with your money situation, your material possessions primarily, and it's going to be in this area. The sun's going to be in this area for you until January 19th. So up until January 19th, you're going to be a very money-oriented and material possession-oriented person. You're not doing something for your health, Sagittarius. You have a very show-me-the-money type of mindset. So you're going to notice this about yourself. You're really going to be thinking about your money during this time. And then on January 19th, the sun's going to shift into Aquarius. Aquarius is your third house. That's to do with all the communication in your life. More writing, texting, speaking, emails, more exchange of information. You're going to be a lot busier regarding communication in your life following January 19th. Following January 19th, also a great time to schedule a job interview or do a sales pitch, or if you have an important message that you need to communicate. Once the sun shifts into Aquarius, your third house of communication on January 19th, following that date, definitely a great time for everything that I just mentioned. Those are the main themes for you, Sagittarius, for the month of January 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat on January 3rd, Mercury, the planet of communication, is in Capricorn. That's your second house. That's to do with your money situation. It's making a positive angle to Venus, which is in Pisces. And Pisces is your fourth house. That's to do with your home and your family situation. So I've seen this aspect happen with people before, and I've seen people get money from their family. So potentially, I'm not saying all Sagittariuses, but some Sagittariuses, potentially on January 3rd, you may be getting some money from a family member. It's not guaranteed, but some of you Sagittariuses definitely yes. Now, if that's not the way it's resonating, then potentially some Sagittariuses are investing money into their home life situation. So you're putting your money into your home life situation, and it's benefiting your home and your family situation. Venus on January 3rd is in Pisces, which is your fourth house of home and family. Mercury's in Capricorn. They're making a positive angle to each other. Capricorn's the area that has to do with money. So potentially some Sagittarius is putting money into their home and their family situation, and it's benefiting it. You could potentially be giving somebody money. Some Sagittarius could be giving money to a family member on January 3rd, and it's benefiting it. Or some Sagittarius, maybe if you're a Sagittarius that lives with your significant other, and your significant other may have some sort of a positive thing happening with their money, that you could see that right around on January 3rd. On January 8th, Mercury, the planet of communication, turns direct in your sign. Now, it's been retrograding in Capricorn, your second house of money, since December 19th. So since December 19th, you've probably seen a lot of issues with money, setbacks, holdups, delays regarding money, not being able to bring the money into your life that you want, Sagittarius. That's been happening since December 19th. But Mercury retrograded so much that it came out of your second house of money, Capricorn, and retrograded all the way back into your sign. So back into the first house of self for you as a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the first house of self that has to do with matters of self and personal matters. So what's the reason why Mercury came back to your sign for a brief visit? Well, it sounds like there's something that needs to be reviewed about yourself, Sagittarius, or maybe even something that you want to take a second look at. Maybe for some reason, some Sagittarius, there's something about yourself that you're not happy with for some reason. I'm not sure why, but Mercury came back into your sign for some reason. It suggests that maybe you're wanting to take a second look regarding a matter of self. So it's just a brief period. Try to figure out how that uniquely fits your life, Sagittarius. On January 10th, the sun is in Capricorn, your second house of money. It's making a challenging aspect to Uranus, the planet of the unexpected. That's in Aries. Aries is your fifth house. That's primarily to do with your romantic situation. So on January 10th, the sun in your money area is making a challenge to Uranus, which is in your romance area. So for you single Sagittarius, it sounds like maybe some single Sagittarius are trying to impress a romantic interest or somebody they're attracted to with money. Potentially the romantic interest not feeling it so much. Or maybe you don't have enough money for them. Maybe this romantic interest is like high maintenance or whatever. Potentially you don't have enough money to impress this romantic interest. So it suggests challenges on January 10th surrounding money and romance a little bit right there. So even if you are Sagittarius that's coupled up, you might have some disputes regarding money with your romantic interest or your significant other. Potentially you don't like the way your significant other is spending their money, or maybe you want to spend it on different things. Now Uranus is in Aries, and Aries is on January 10th, Uranus is Aries, making this a challenging aspect to the sun in your area of money. Now Aries Aries is your 5th house. It also has to do with children. So you Sagittarius that have children, you might be a little bit concerned about spending money. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough money for your children or something. Maybe something you might be a little bit concerned about. That might raise a red flag a little bit in your mind on January 10th. On January 12th, there's a full moon in Cancer. Cancer is your 8th house. That has to do with your shared resources, your shared finances. It has to do with business contracts, deals, negotiations. Full moons bring things to fruition. Sometimes full moons shake things up. Full moons bring changes. So, who do you share your resources with, Sagittarius? Who do you share your finances with? There could be a shakeup with this person, maybe a dispute regarding joint finances or a joint resource type situation happening on January 12th, potentially. Now, for you single Sagittarius is following January 12th, this full moon in your 8th house of shared resources could suggest that there may be somebody coming into your life following January 12th that you're going to eventually share your resources with, that you're eventually going to share your finances with. And Cancer is your 8th house. The 8th house also has to do with your sex life. So, whoever's, for you single Sagittarius is following the full moon on January 12th, if someone does come into your life for this reason, this person could be a sexual partner that enters into your life following January 12th. Now, this area, Cancer, your 8th house also has to do with business deals and contracts and negotiations. So it sounds like, some Sagittarius, not all, but some are actually going to, there's going to be a contract coming down the line that's beneficial to you, Sagittarius, or maybe some sort of business dealing coming down the line that could be beneficial to you, Sagittarius, and that's following the full moon on January 12th. On January 16th, Mars is in Pisces. Pisces is your 4th house of your home and your family situation. It's making what's called a conjunction to Chiron. So Mars and Chiron are aligning in your 4th house, Pisces. That's your house of your home and your family situation. And if you don't know what Chiron is, Chiron's actually an asteroid in our solar system. In astrology, it has to do with sensitivity and vulnerability. So, Mars is rugged and rough. So it's like you got Mars bumping up against Chiron, and Chiron's ultra sensitive, overly sensitive, vulnerable. So you might be feeling a little bit ultra sensitive, overly vulnerable about a home or family life situation on January 16th, Sagittarius, or right around that date. You might be blowing it out of proportion because, it tends to, Chiron, especially when it's being bumped up against rough Mars like that, Chiron tends to be way oversensitive. So, whatever it is regarding your home and family, it might not be as big as a deal as you're making it out to be. On January 20th, Venus, the planet of love, is in Pisces, your 4th house of home and family. It's making a positive angle to Pluto, which is in Capricorn. And Capricorn, once again, is your 2nd house of your money situation. Now, Venus being in your area of home and family suggests maybe there could be a possible love interest surrounding home and family potentially. And it's making this positive angle to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, this is also a similar aspect to the one Mercury made to Venus on January 3rd. So on January 20th, this is another situation where you may be receiving money from somebody in your family, Sagittarius. It's not guaranteed or definite for all Sagittariuses, but for some Sagittariuses, yes. Other Sagittariuses, maybe whoever you live with, if you live with your significant other, maybe there's some sort of beneficial thing happening with their money situation and it's benefiting you. In other instances, some Sagittariuses could be investing money into their home or their family life situation on January 20th or around that date, and it's positively affecting their life. On January 25th, Venus, the planet of love, makes a conjunction with Chiron. So now Venus is aligning with Chiron in your 4th house of home and family. It's aligning in Pisces, your 4th house of home and family, on January 25th. No matter what planet bumps up against Chiron, Chiron's always going to be ultra sensitive and vulnerable, and it's always going to feel that way. So this suggests, once again, you're feeling vulnerable or overly sensitive about a home or family life situation on January 25th, but the way you're feeling on January 25th isn't nearly as, stinging or vulnerable as the way you were feeling on January 16th, because January 16th was when Mars made this alignment with Chiron in this area, and when Mars makes the alignment with Chiron, it's a pretty stinging, uncomfortable feeling. But on January 25th, Venus is aligning with Chiron, and you're gonna feel somewhat vulnerable or uncomfortable about a home life or family situation on January 25th. But it's not going to be as bad as when Mars bumped up against Chiron on January 16th. On January 27th, there's a new moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is your 3rd house. That has to do with all the communication in your life, Sagittarius. And this is a great influence. So the way new moons work is the 6 months that follow January 27th all these new developments coming down the pike for you, Sagittarius, regarding communication are going to start to build and build and build. Now, regarding communication, this is really going to give you the gift of gab the 6 months of following January 27th. Great time to schedule an interview, great time to do a sales pitch, great time to communicate an important message. This is going to resonate differently for different Sagittariuses. I mean, this influence with the new moon in Aquarius, your third house of communication, also has to do with cars. In the 6 months that follow January 27th, some Sagittariuses could really start thinking about buying a car. Maybe some Sagittariuses will buy a car. Or it has to do with maybe upgrading your phone potentially. Maybe some Sagittarius, after the 6 months that follow January 27th, some Sagittarius is going to start thinking about the iPhone 7 potentially, or maybe upgrading your phone potentially. And this area also has to do with short distance trips. So the 6 months that follow January 27th, you might start taking more short distance trips. You're going to notice a higher frequency of short distance trips that you're taking. And this area also has to do with your siblings. So new developments regarding your siblings in the 6 months that follow January 27th. And, last but not least, for those Sagittarius, not all Sagittariuses obviously are in media or film or TV or radio, but, for you Sagittariuses that are, this is a beneficial influence for new developments coming down the pike regarding, if you're a Sagittarius in film or media or radio or TV, this could definitely boost that for you in the 6 months following January 27th. I think that's all I have for you this month, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram as Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook as Gregory Furlan. Thank you for watching this video. Happy New Year. Have a great month. I'll see you next time.